What's happening?
What up, man?
What's going on? What's going on? Yo, first of all, I want to say this has been a long time coming. I'm finally, you know what I'm saying? Pardon me, but this has been a long time coming. You heard?
It's been like 3 or 4 years. We've been building, connecting,
That's a
calling,
fact.
texting.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, episode 82, Carrying the Culture Show, Tragedy Khadafi, Queensbridge, Super
Yes.
Kids, Juice Crew, Black Market Militia. And
Yes.
like you
Yes.
said, it has been a minute. We've been tag your it, but it's all good. And you know, we connected when we were supposed to connect. So thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for rocking with us.
No doubt.
So a couple things before we get started. If you guys got questions for Trag, use the questions feature. I'm gonna put that in here, and I can pull it up, and it's easier. So also, if you get on any fuck shit in the comments, I'll block you. That's just what it is. So don't get stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be a fucking ass. Word, man. Again, thank you very much. This is a privilege for me. You're one of my favorite MCs.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, and thank you for being patient. You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
That's not my strong suit, but I've been learning. I've been working on it for 30 years, and so
I can tell. I can tell too. I can tell. You started to get a little hood with me. I was like, yo, you know what, Maki? Chill, because it's kind of on you. So, you know, it's all good, though. we both street. So we both was kind of like, and I said, Maki, you're a grown-ass man. Chill out, because it's on you. And then I was like, you know what, the bro, come on, man, let's get it in. We here right now.
We're here. I mean, but everything has a story, and that's cool. But that's part of it, though. It's like, you know, whatever. It's all good, man. It's all love.
Exactly.
We good. So let's get into it, man. I got mad questions and shit like that. Some things I need you to clear up as well.
All right.
You're originally from Jamaica, though, right? You're not originally from
Yes.
Queensbridge.
I'm originally from Southside Jamaica. That's a fact.
So when'd you get to Queensbridge?
I got to Queensbridge. Woo. Yeah, you know what's funny? Nobody ever asked me that in the interview.
Really?
No, word is born.
Huh.
You're the first person to ever ask me that.
I love knowing, which is important because I love knowing, we're going to talk about everything, but I love knowing, like, the beginnings of, you know, like, so, like, And I was like, yo, a lot of cats from New York have bounced all around, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm curious.
I came to Queensbridge when I was 5 years old. We moved from Southside Jamaica, from basically Ozone Park, really, to
it's like suburbs kind of out there, right?
A little something, but it was a lot better than Queensbridge though. At that time, I ain't gonna hold you. Like living quality wise, it was a lot better than Queensbridge. You know, nigga had his own room and shit like that. You know, went to Queensbridge, that was a different story.
Right. So when you got out there, like what was the major? I mean, you were young, but like it had to be a major shift. Like what'd you start like? What'd you get into? Were you immediately like this?
Well, I got out there. I didn't want to go outside. That was the first thing that was like, my mom was like, yo, like, what you doing in the house? Like, what's up with you? And I'm like, nah, I'm fine. I'm just playing my toys. She's like, nah, like, you don't like being in the house with me. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And she was like, nah, get your ass outside, man. And I was like, nah, I'm not going out there.
Damn.
I'm gonna keep it green. I was like, nah, man. And then she was like, yo, matter of fact, take your bike. And I was like, yo, what you trying to do to me? And like, you know, that was it. I went outside my bike. Niggas took my bike. He came back in the house. And she was like, you know, I'm trying to sneak past her. And she was like, where your bike at? And I was like, you know, trying to hit her with the, you know, the face down. She was like, nah, nigga, go get your fucking bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, that type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that went on for a little while. But like, you know, like how we kind of bump, like, I met some of my best friends bumping heads. And now those are my brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We brothers, like, you can't, them niggas fuck around jumping from a bullet for me now. Like, but at first it wasn't like that, obviously. But
right. That's how it happens sometimes, yo. That's definitely how it happens.
And that was the shift because, you know, I went from, you know, my grandma's had 10 kids, my mother's mother. So it's like all my friends was like cousins and shit. So I was kind of protected in Southside Jamaica.
Okay.
So when I got over there on that side, I mean, it wasn't like, but I ain't gonna lie, I had cousins in Astoria. It wasn't all in Southside Jamaica. But they was older than me. They wasn't, if they came to the crib, they wasn't really coming to check me. They was coming to check my mom's.
Right.
So, you know, when I got to the bridge, it was like, you know, I was more or less on my own. So, but which was a good thing. It made me everything I am. Like, and I don't regret that shit.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I like to hear that story because I mean I've talked to Big Twins, I've talked to Craig G. So like, you know what I'm saying? The Queensbridge story is an important part of hip hop, and so that's to me like that's critical as far as you know what we're discussing. And so our platform is carrying the culture. It's about all four elements. I started out as a b-boy, and so I heard that you started out dancing with you were dancing with Capone. Break it down for me, man. Is that facts?
Yo, no, I was that was ill because I started off as a dancer. Yeah, that's ill. Yo, you asking me the ill question. Nobody knows these things.
I've been waiting.
I was a break dancer, yo. I was a lot thinner. My windmill was crazy. My head spin was crazy, no freaky. And my lock game was crazy. Like I used to be nice. And I like to say Lakey the Kid was a break dancer too. So was Nas. So was all of them niggas too. Like I wasn't the only one.
No, it's and the funny thing about it is, so I rocked the house and shit too. When I posted a video of me dancing the house music, and then I interviewed Big Twins, and he was like, you know, yo son, I'll fuck you up in the house shit, son. And I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, I get down with that shit too. And I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, you know what it boils down to, man. It boils down to like especially from my era. Twin and them came a lot under, like younger. They younger than me, so they came like levels down from me. Like they came with half. Like I brung half in. So like, but for my era, it was like that was part of the culture. Like you did all of those things. Then it started becoming isolated. Like in the beginning, it was the DJ before the MC.
Thank you.
See, and the MC. The reason why he was called the MC because he was the master of the ceremony. He was more like the host. And it was all about the DJ. Somewhere along the lines, it shifted because MCs started, like that back then, MCs were expendable. So MCs started going, yo, hold on, man. I need to lengthen my lifespan. And then you had dudes like Busy B and, you know, Crash. You had certain dudes coming out getting ill, like, where they couldn't be expendable and started shifting and taking over the DJ. Like, remember back in the days, like Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh 2, like Dougie carried the song.
Right.
Musically.
Right. Facts.
Slick, don't get me wrong, Slick Rick is Slick Rick. But I'm saying, like, at that time, and that's not to say Dougie was more profound than Slick Rick, but he was the beatbox and he carried the song.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, in terms of that.
So my point is that back then the culture was like more diverse and it was more, everything was more like infused in the culture as opposed to being like, all right, he's just an MC. Because I was a dancer, I was an MC. I tried to DJ, but my hands was too heavy for it.
And you wrote raps too, right?
Huh?
You wrote too. It was a green fit. You was a writer too, right?
I was about to say that. Yo, come on, man. You know, yo, interview yourself, man. You know everything already. Why you asking me this shit? I thought I was gonna surprise you.
And I want you to confirm it.
I thought I was gonna surprise you, man. Yeah. See, you know too much, man. You've been doing too much homework, man. Yeah, I was a writer. Yeah, my first writing. I had two writings names. I don't want my wife to hear that. She in the back. She don't even know this. My first writing name was Rico.
Oh,
yo, first writing name, my first graffiti name was Rico, and my second name was Jade, and that became my first rap name.
Yeah. I saw that somewhere. Was it J? Did you add the ski to it?
Yeah, I did have a damn, man. See this dude right here.
I got you. So,
you know what? You definitely got
how
me.
you transition?
Next time, I'm gonna have to interview you on the chat on my show.
We want to talk about that too, yo.
Yeah,
so you real quick, you made a good point though, man. A very important point is that back in the day when we came, I mean, you're like 4 years older than me, but same shit roughly.
You right there.
Unfortunately, I guess, but
Fortunately, baby. Fortunately.
No,
This
fortunate.
the best time of our life.
It is. It's fucking dope, right? So,
It is, for real.
So, you was doing that shit. You made a good point, though, that, like, back in the day, yo, everybody did everything. It wasn't like, oh, I'm about to go out and do some hip-hop.
Yeah.
You just you was at the lunch table or whatever.
That's right.
Give me a beat, fam, or whatever.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody had a hand style.
It was all about the energy, and that energy incorporated different parts. Like, and you didn't have to say. See, then it became, you know, yo, you ain't an ill nigga if you dancing.
Right.
Yo, you a funny type of nigga if you ain't. You know, it was only certain kind of DJs that like the streets respected after a while. Like, if you wasn't DJ Scratch, Doo-Wop, Clue, SNS, Ron G, I mean, it's a lot of others. It's a lot of others that I don't want to discredit. A lot of others, Kid Capri. Like, if you wasn't a DJ like that, dudes looked at you like you was like light work. Like, you're not tough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, if you ain't, you can't really, like, cause you know, I'm just keeping it green, man. Like, you know, I love the DJ. We just had National DJ Day, which I feel should be every day. Right. But I love the DJ, but I'm just telling you how the game became to be where, and I don't know why that happened. Like, what the fuck? What was that? Nah, I come from the era where everything is incorporated. And now it's like dance right now is not, doesn't coincide, not with at least the, like my genre of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe your genre of hip hop. You know, like, it just, you know, it's kind of funny. I don't know.
It's weird, right? So right now, if I asked you, if somebody walked up to you on the street and somebody said, or to somebody else, and they describe hip hop, they automatically just think of the MC and that's it. They just think of rap music, right?
They wouldn't even say MC. That's the crazy thing.
Right.
Like, it's even it's digressed from that. But again, in the same token, I see waves of it trying to not come back, but trying to establish itself as a full-fledged culture again. I don't believe what was can come back or should come back for that matter. Like, I don't believe in moving forward but moving backwards. I don't believe that. It makes no sense to me. No. But I do see waves of the culture within itself re-emerging itself as a full-fledged culture. It just needs to catch up and sync up. Because, like, you know, for a minute, it had me nervous when it was only certain dudes coming out and banging. Like, but now you got glimpses of spitters, lyricists, and for those that don't know, MCs that are out here that are in the now and represent the culture a lot more, I would say.
Well, since we're there, like who? Since, I mean, in terms of, because I was going to ask you who you kind of, if you
I gotta say Griselda. I gotta say my boy Trey 8. I gotta say Chico's son. I gotta say Bloodsport. It's a lot of dudes out here, man, that, like, you know, like I said, Griselda and them, I mean, they're more out. You got dudes, man. You got dudes out there. You got dudes out there. I'm telling you, I ain't gonna watch what you see in the next month or two. Watch what you see in the next month or two. Put it like that.
All right. No, but that's good though, because that you are, you know what I'm saying? You recognize, you made a good point, yo, is that we're not trying to recreate the 90s. We're trying to carry the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
And have some new shit. Like, it's about evolving, not.
Yeah. Because if we try to go back to move forward, we just gonna look like we bitter, and we just gonna come off corny. Like, you can't. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look like them old dudes who, like, when we was doing our, you know, when we first was touching it, you know, how they probably was looking at us like, we don't want to look like that. We don't want to be like that. We're not bitter. We for the culture, but for the culture don't mean that we hate y'all youngins, but it also means that you need a standard too.
Right.
Like we had. See, now it's gotten too loose, and it's like, fuck them old niggas. Nah, I ain't an old nigga. Like, I'm still, you know, my pen game's still good. You can try to shut me down, but you can't shut me down with no lyrics. You're not gonna do that.
Never that.
I'm not
Never
with
that.
it.
Never that.
Know
Never
what I'm
that.
saying? You gonna get spanking.
So how did you kind of gravitate from the rocking, the b-boying and stuff to MCing?
I think it was a natural transition for me. It was a natural transition for me because I'm just an all-around artist. Like, and look at now, like now I'm cooking. So it's like, and I know we'll get into that later, but I'm an all-around artist. And an all-around artist, like I used to watch, I grew up on karate flicks. You know how that go. And I remember watching karate flicks and said, he's a master with the sword as well as the paintbrush. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's me. Like, I'm an artist. So it's like, it was a natural transition for me to go into words. Especially, I would consider myself, a good speaker. I'm articulate. I'm intelligent hoodlum. You know what I'm saying? So that was a natural progression and transition for me. Anybody else I can't speak for, but for me, natural transition. I mean, I was talking at 8 months as a baby. You know what I mean? So that was just natural for me to go into MCing. I can't even say, all right, when, why, what. I just know it was a natural transition because one day I just found myself all buried into it, like, oh shit. Like I said, when I tried to I did everything except the DJ thing. When I tried the DJ thing, like even my hands was mad bony. But every time I touched the record, I just didn't have the finesse. But when I grabbed the mic, I had a certain kind of finesse with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like, I felt pretty. I felt like beautiful with that. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I feel you. It makes sense. You kind of went with what came natural. I fucked with DJing for a minute too, and I was like, "Fuck this! This is a learning curve on that shit was too."
Yeah.
But the b-boying just came for me, and opportunities came for me, and I just I'd be a fool to ignore this. I
exactly.
did the MCing thing too, but it was like I was really in my head about that, and I would never like finish a rhyme because it would I would just be so like fucking. So you just kind of do it like you follow. If you pay attention, the shit. You kind of know which way to go.
You know which way to go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go. That's what it is. You pay attention, life tells you where to go.
Just gotta
But if you don't, to pay attention, it costs you nothing. But if you don't, sometimes it can cost you everything.
A couple times. I mean, I've learned that. We talking about this shit, and I still fucking fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know what? One thing I say about you. Like, even from the other day, that conversation, I was like, you know what? I watched the interviews, but from the conversation we had the other day, I was like, you know what? I really like him because I like a natural person. Like, I can tell, like, a dude you can see a dude on the interview, he can play the script. But from that conversation we had the other day, just me and you, look. I said, he's a nigga. Yo, I'm keeping it official. Look, I said, this is a nigga. I said, you know what? He my kind of nigga though. I can fuck with him.
I appreciate you, man. I mean,
Nah, real spit. Look, real spit. I said, yo, this is a nigga right here. I said, but he my kind of nigga. I can fuck with him. You know what I'm talking about?
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nah. I feel you though, man. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing me.
Real shit though. Real shit.
No,
I respect it. I respect it.
Listen, I try to say, look, yo, I just got the camera on, man. It ain't niggas that meet me in person or whatever. Like, I'm the same nigga, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I can tell.
You fuck with it or you don't. I mean, like, I'm like I always say, I'm like asparagus or Brussels sprouts. Either you rock with me heavy,
it's an acquired taste, but it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's an acquired taste.
All right.
At first you'd be like, damn, this shit tastes nasty, but you add a little something. Like,
yeah,
okay.
but you like, you know what? I ain't got to figure these shits out. Because look, when you got to figure somebody out, that could be a problem sometimes. That's what I learned.
No, you always know where you stand with me, man.
And I'm the same way. You wear it on your sleeve. That's why I caught. I was like, oh, he's like me. He just gonna say what the fuck he feel, and that's it. And I'm the same way, so I can take it. So everybody can't take it though.
We had our banter and we went and we moved past it, yo.
But everybody can't take that though. You gotta understand that.
No.
Some people, you gonna. We'll talk about that later.
And that's but I've learned, unfortunately, in a lot of ways, that's a them problem. You know what I'm saying? And I can't really do nothing about that. I mean, like, I'm gonna speak up when shit is wrong. I'm gonna speak up when shit is when if I feel slighted or whatever, not just with anything. I mean, just if there's injustice, I gotta talk, yo. I mean, that's just my mom.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
My mom, you know what I'm saying? I see my mom, you talked about the single mom shit. My mom held it down. Yeah. Like, she's 5'2" ball of fire. Like, so I've seen her go toe to toe with school principals, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, so
mine too. Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, so
snatch me out the school. Like, come on, you can't stay here no more. They trying to dumb you down. Let's go.
Right.
Love her for that. I just wrote about that in my book. Like, that's amazing. I respect that.
Yeah. So, you know.
Major salute to your mom. She's still alive?
Yeah, she's still around. She's 72.
Major salute to your mom. Beautiful blessing.
72, and she teaches aerobics classes like three times a week, man.
Oh, amazing. My high regards.
So, you know, big ups to anybody. My single moms that held like we, you know, because I was playing royalty before we got on, and I wanted to talk about that track from the hidden files. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's keep it pushing. So, all right, check, yo. So, as far as inspiration, were you like rhyming when you started rhyming? Were you like just buried in your room doing your own shit, or was there other cats that were inspired you? Because Craig G named a lot of local cats that like.
Oh man, yeah, like Craig G inspired me because I was like, yo, this motherfucker, he's fucking out here doing it. He's the same age as me. I should be out here doing it too. But Craig G kind of started. His name was known before mine. But you know, you had dudes like Black Poet, who inspired me. And of course, every rapper before me inspired me who made a record. Because I learned from everybody. And I took something from everybody. I took the way this motherfucker might breathe. I took the way this motherfucker might enunciate and pronunciate his words. I took this dude's commandants. Like I learned from every MC.
That's dope, yo. That's dope. Because a lot of guys don't say like, I didn't learn from nobody. I'm like, word? You really just came out nice? Like,
who said that?
I mean, I've interviewed like veterans that have been like, you know,
yeah, that's not true.
Been like,
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. That's not true, and it's very devaluing and demoralizing to the culture when you answer that way. Even if there's only one or two or three or four, there's a few that you absorb. Even if you don't, I can't say even if you don't realize it. Because when you're an artist,
at least one, right? There's got to be at least one.
You know what? I don't even believe it's at least one. It has to be many. And let me tell you why. When you're an artist, first of all, any real artist has a sensitive eye. Has a very sensitive eye, more sensitive than the normal person. So you're well aware of what you're receptive to when you're an artist. That's why most artists got game with ladies and all that, because they know how to, they're very receptive. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody, that's fucking bullshit, man. That's off the no bullshit DVD. I don't jack that, son. I don't jack that. And you know what? Especially if you come before the golden era, or even during the golden era, cut it out, man. You was influenced. It was too many great MCs for you not to be influenced.
Facts.
Fuck out of here, yo. That's some bullshit. Man. Whoever said that is on some bullshit.
I raised an eyebrow.
Greenberry.
I raised an eyebrow at it. I mean, I was like, okay, well, you know, I mean, that just doesn't, because it doesn't make sense. It's almost impossible.
Exactly. It is impossible.
It is impossible.
It is impossible. Cut it out.
Whether you want to say it or not, it's impossible.
Yeah, end the interview. I'd have been like, yo, now your interview's over, nigga. You bullshit. You throwing some microwave rap at the game, man. This shit ain't organic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All right, yo, so you 16, you do the bid, or whatever, around that age. You come home. Now what?
I come home. I see Marley again. What's up, baby? I see Marley again. He asked me, did I write while I was away? I lied. I said yes.
How long was you out? For like a year and a half, year and some change?
Almost 2 years, yeah.
Right.
You see Dave Chappelle? Oh, what show was it, man? I forgot which one it was, but he said, yo, people, anybody in the entertainment business knows that when you have nothing and someone asks you, have you been working on anything, you lie. And that's true, because Marley was like, yo, he pulled up, he had a nice little red Beamer. When I left, this nigga had a Cougar, some beat up Cougar shit. I come back, this nigga got a cherry red Beamer with the beige interior.
This 86. When was this?
This is like when I came back home.
Yeah, when you came home, when was it? 86?
I came home in 89.
89. All right. Some of off.
So when he pulls up on me on the hill, he got the cherry red Beamer with the beige interior. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what up? So he was like, yo, how you been? You know what I'm saying? But his wife used to write me every month, send me a little slip or whatever. And he used to kind of keep in touch with me. I knew he was busy, so he would have his wife write me, send me a little bread or whatever. But he was like, yo, you been writing? And when I leaned in the car and I smelled the new leather, I was like, yeah, I've been writing. But in my mind, I was like, damn, this leather smell good. Like I was a little ghetto nigga. Like I wasn't used to new car. That leather just smelled like money. So he was like, word, yo, come out. I'm gonna come get you. Forgot what he said. He's like, yo, I'm gonna come get you or whatever. Bring you upstate to my new crib at the studio. I'm like, all right. But I ain't gonna front. When he came and got me, and I went to the new crib, I seen the crib. Like again, when I left, niggas was in a QB apartment.
Right. So
Recording
this was
records.
after Symphony, after the Ink
like
Control
this
shit.
nigga was recording, records in QB. Then he moved to like Astoria to a little better apartment, but it was the same shit. Now this nigga living in like upstate Spring Valley, got the big crib. And I get up there and I'm like, oh shit, like there's breathing. There's room and space.
Right.
I was like, yo, I bought a notebook pad and I was like, this. I start going in. And we start working on that record. You know what I'm saying? So took from there. I mean, there's I wasn't actually, when I first came home, excuse me, I'm not bored. I got up early this morning. I got kids. I had to get them ready for school. I had to get up at 6 o'clock.
I understand.
But
trust.
Yeah, you know how that go.
Trust.
Yeah, they in the back right now. I made them all go in the back while I said, yo, I gotta do this interview. I gotta get in the back. But yeah, that's how I do them.
Of course.
But yeah, so when I'm leaving out of Park, when I first came, before I seen Marley, I didn't want to even rap no more. When I first came home, I didn't even want to rap no more. I was kind of bitter with the game, so to speak. I didn't look at it like I let the game down. I looked at it like the game let me down.
Got you.
Because I ain't understand a lot of things. I felt like I was totally committed to this shit and it left me down. I didn't understand certain principles, and I was a kid. And I felt like if I'm going this hard and I'm bleeding my life on the mic, I should be a millionaire.
Right.
At 16, I should be a millionaire. And I couldn't even take care of myself because I didn't understand the dynamics of the business. I didn't ever understand myself. I didn't understand nothing. I didn't have no parent looking over me to say, all right, get this contract. Let's go get this lawyer. I had none of that. So I went off of pure, instinct, exaltation, exalting people, putting them in positions like they didn't even ask to be in, but just me trying to fill voids. Just a lot of shit as a kid you do that you don't necessarily understand until you become an adult and a businessman. So I didn't want to even get back in the game, and I met somebody named Joe Fatal. His name wasn't Joe Fatal then. His name was Joey Burgos.
Oh, word.
Yeah. I named him Joe Fatal. And I met him, and he was like, yo, you Tragedy? Like, yeah. He was like, you don't want to rhyme no more? You're crazy. Like, he was like, yo. And then he just started taking me around and shit and, like, getting me inspired. And, like, I was like, yo, you know what? And then, like, maybe a couple weeks after, he's like, yo, you still don't want it? I'm like, nah, but if I do, before it went from never, then it went to, but if I do, you'll be my DJ. And obviously I did. He became my DJ. And that's when I ran into Marley. But I wasn't writing nothing.
Right.
And I didn't write shit. I just had the inclination of, well, maybe I'll fuck with it again.
Right.
And so, thus Intelligent Hoodlum, you know what I mean? Which, Marley produced it, but Joe Fatal and Large Professor actually came with the samples to Marley.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of people, I got you on one. I got you. I got you. Had to get you on something, baby.
You wild.
Nah, bro, I had to get you. You knew too much. So listen, so actually a lot of people don't know Large Professor and Joe Fatal brung most of the samples for Intelligent Hoodlum first record to Marley.
Wow.
Marley produced it, but they definitely brung a lot of that framework for that album. Dope album too.
Yo, so I heard two things about the Intelligent Hoodlum name. I heard that I heard two stories that the label gave that to you, and then I heard that you changed, and then I also heard that you changed it in prison, which is accurate.
The label never gave me that name. I took that name from Malcolm X's book. Malcolm X had a chapter called Hoodlum.
Right.
And I just put intelligent hoodlum in front of it because I felt like I was very inspired by Malik El-Haj Shabazz. His life was a lot like mine's in the sense where he was from the streets. He became an autodidact, self-taught person. Of course, Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, reared him up, but he became a person who could debate with college professors and scholars, just based off his training by the Elijah Muhammad and him being self-taught. And I like to, not to compare myself to El-Haj, but just kind of like in that same vein, I didn't graduate from college, but a lot of people would deem me as being articulate, and that was because I studied myself. Even I'm a there's no question I'm a member of the 5% Nation, but I don't have an enlightener. You know what I'm saying? I enlightening myself. Most of the time, you have an enlightener to guide you through. I never had an enlightener. I enlightened myself. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this is by way of the math and the lessons, which in fact the father would be, but I enlightened myself in the sense no one guided me through. Sometimes I wish they did, but it just didn't happen that way. And with Malcolm X, I really looked to him as being the best example that I kind of fashioned myself to be. And so I took the hoodlum and put intelligent in front of it. Now, but that wasn't going to be my name. That was the name of the album.
Gotcha.
Which was my world at the time. So the label started calling me that. Because they seen how people grab it. It was to them it was a gimmick. It was a marketing gimmick.
Gotcha.
To me, it was real life.
Right.
Like I am that. There's no question about that. Like that's what I am. But from a marketing standpoint and a corporate standpoint, when a company wants to exploit the most they can out of a brand, they're gonna go with the theme and make the theme the name and the name the theme, and you know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes, man. And it's no fault of theirs. They did what they were supposed to do. That's what they do.
Right.
I wish they would have did it harder. I might have got more, sold more records.
Right. No, I feel okay. Thanks for clearing that up. I wasn't sure. Yo, how did you link up with Faith Newman? I saw something about that. What was that all about?
Say it again.
Did you link up with Faith Newman as far on a project?
Oh yeah. I linked up with Faith. I was actually going to get a job. Looking for a job to do promotions. Like after I parted from Marley, this is after my second album, Saga of a Hoodlum. After I parted from Marley, I kind of wanted to get a job at a label so I can learn every aspect of what a label does. Because my long-term goal was to start my own label and get my own groups. So I went and I said, yo, you know what? I just walked up in Sony. I was like, yo, I want to get a job. It was like, what you want to do? Promotions. So Faith was like, promotions? Like, you were part of the Juice Crew. Like, you got experience. Like, she was like, nah, I got something for you. And she was like, I'm going to get you in the A&R department with me. And I'm like, what?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And
it's so different now.
Yeah, it's so different. And, yeah, shout out to Faith, good people, amazing heart, good person, man.
Yeah, big up Faith Newman.
Yeah, big up Faith. Faith signed 2 Chainz. Nah, like Faith is the truth. So Faith was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get you an interview with Donnie Einer, John Ingracia, and Tony Anderson.
At Sony.
Huh?
This is at Sony?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, cool. And these are all prospective heads within Sony. So I had a meeting to come, probably about a week or 2 away. Took a long time to get all 3 of these big fucking tycoons in one place to meet me. And me and Capone go up to, what you call that shit? What the fuck you call that shit, man? It was a club in Queens, man. I forgot the name of this shit, man. It was like fucking the cute. What the fuck the name of this shit? I got it right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, yo, man, it was
what part of Queens?
Southside.
Okay. I'm trying to Google that shit. I don't know.
Yeah, try to Google that shit, man. It was like by Sufton. Started with an A.
Man. Continue. I'm gonna keep looking for it.
Yeah, so me and Capone, we go get a bottle of Goldschlager. Goldschlager is that vodka shit that tastes like cinnamon with the little gold chips in it.
Yeah, hell yeah. We should drink that shit.
Trafalgar Square. Is that?
Trafalgar Square. Hold on. Go ahead.
Yes, I think that's it. So, that's it, right?
That's it.
Factual. So, boom, right? We get a bottle of Goldschlager and shit. We up at Trafalgar Square and shit in the front. We don't even want to go in. We just want to stand outside, snag what we can snag. So, you know, Pong getting kind of rambunctious out in the front of the club. You know what I mean? So the security dude's like, yo, let's chill. Take the bottle, go put it where you gonna put it, come back. Capone's like, fuck that. You know who I am? Ah. So, you know me, I'm like, you know, because at the time, Capone's on some different type of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's much more laid back now and grown. You know, I'm proud of him and shit. But at the time, he's on some different type of shit. So I'm like, yo, I said, yo, Capone, just chill, man. Just he's like, now fuck that. Yo, kill the car. I'm like, yo, son. Yo, next thing I know, man. Oh man, these niggas start coming out of nowhere. And like, you like these dudes look like fucking bears and shit. You know what I mean? they look like titans. So they coming out. So they snapped. I had a first down on. Remember the first down, the fake North Faces with the hood?
Yeah.
They snatched the hood over me. And yo, and then I ain't hitting my face at first. They hit me with body shots. And these dudes are so big, my shit is going, ooh. Like, you know how you can hit them gut punches?
Like in the cartoons and shit. Like in the cartoons.
Like, I'm hearing myself make these sounds, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Like if the shit had just paused and shit. And
yeah, like on some Tekken shit, like they knocking you in the air, you coming down slow motion. So fucking, ooh, and I'm making them sounds from the hits. So boom, I wiggle out my coat and shit. My shit is all bust up. I look, Pone's got his back on. Pone's on the corner with his back up against a pole, with his head back, spitting up blood and shit. Yo, they washed us. I told this story the other night to my man, son. This shit make me sweat telling this shit because I hated that shit. Yo, they washed us. Then they called the police on us, and the police came and washed us. No lie. I'm not making this up. And you know what stopped the police from beating us up? Because the police pulled over in a van. It's like 5 white police in a van. Washed us again. What stopped them from washing us, I don't know how far they would have took it. It was a black lady police in the van with them. Only one black lady. But and she started screaming, and they stopped. And left us there on the corner.
Damn.
Twisted. We couldn't even get up right away. We so twisted. Long story longer. Now look, originally, this is why I brought this up. Because I had the meeting to go to.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what we were talking about.
Let's not forget about the meeting. Stay with me. You got to stay with me. So, boom, look. Now, the meeting is a couple days away. But I know my eyes, these red lights in my eyes ain't going to go. You know how you get hit right here? But both of these shits is bloodshot red. My face is like this, son. Capone shit is broke, but fuck him. He ain't got to go to this meeting.
Right.
He be all right. So, yo, I called Faith. I said, yo, Faith, I made up some bullshit story at first. And she said, nah. She's like, you know what I went through to get you this meeting? You got to come. I was like, all right, let me call you back. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm going to tell this. So she said, I said, yo, fuck it. I called her back and I told her what happened. And she was like, yo, you got to come. I went, yo, I wound up going to this meeting, bro. This is the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. Yo, when I walked in this meeting, these motherfuckers looked at me like I was crazy, yo. Yo, they looked at me like I was a Micah patient. like, is this motherfucker serious? And they looking at Faith like, bitch, if you don't get this fucking psycho mental fucking
you was all fucked up.
You're fired. So she's looking at me like, oh my God, you didn't tell me this was this bad. Yo, son. Yo, I got the first down coat on the same one as the only coat I had. Yo, the coat got mad globs of blood on it. So Donnie Einer said, I'll take your coat. Look, he said, I'll take your coat. And I was like, nah, I got it. He said, no, I'll take it. I said, nah, I got it. Now I'm saying this with, like, not only was my eyes bloodshot red, my cheeks is puffed out, little gases in it. I look like Martin, son. At the time he Hearns lumped him up, son. It was like that, like for real. So, but you know what? I said, can I use the bathroom for a second? He said, sure, go ahead. They probably was hoping I just ran out the building and come back. I went in the bathroom. I threw some cold water on my face and I said, fuck it, I'm here. I went in, I iced the meeting out crazy. They gave me the job. So that's what was up with me and Faith.
That's how it happened. I gotta get her on it. I want to hear her part of that story too.
Yeah, for real. Actually, please get her on there.
Shit, she's on the page though. Salute to her. That's
salute to Faith. Beautiful person, beautiful human being. Helped me out a lot, taught me a lot. You know what I mean? I can never forget her, man.
That's dope. So I wanted to ask you, since we were talking about Capone, because what was the energy behind the war report, man? I mean, as far as like, first of all, can you clarify something? Because I heard that you wrote the whole thing.
Nah, this bottom line is this, right? We all helped each other with that project. You know, like, I might give Nori a line, he give me a line. Pone give me a line, I give Pone a line. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like how it's perceived. Like, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, we basically helped each other with that album. It's like that when you're in a group or you're functioning as a group, and you know, where one is weak, the other strong. You help each other. You fill in them empty spaces.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. No, yeah, because the narrative is different. So I mean, I was like, because whenever I post anything CNN, people be like, Traj wrote that. I'm like, first of all, like, where the fuck is this coming from? I hate when people just say shit. Just, you know.
Yeah. People took that from when me and Nori was going at each other. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I said, but it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? People ran with it, made it more than what it seemed. And like I said, you know, that was the past. We went through our, like brothers go through. We bump heads. We go through our shit. But it was more so like we all added on to each other.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So thanks for clearing that up. So then let's go back then, as far as from a music perspective, what was like the lab sessions like? What was the energy behind that shit? Because that shit was crazy.
It was like the projects being in the studio session, man. It's like we took Iraq, we took the grimiest motherfuckers from Iraq, the grimiest motherfuckers from Queensbridge, and we put them in the fucking studio session. And that shit was like unbelievably, the chemistry was unbelievable. The energy was unbelievable. It was like you might as well be in the hallway of Iraq at Iraq's most illest time. You might as well be in Queensbridge Projects at QB's most illest time. And like, you can smell it. You can smell the piss in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? You can see a couple cracked valves. Like, you can feel that type of energy in the studio. You know what I'm saying? You can smell the gunpowder, the gun residue in the session. Like, it was like that. And it felt organic because, I mean, you know, dudes were taking their experiences and the experiences they saw from the life around them. They were incorporating that energy in the song. You had other great albums out at the time or right before, like, right. You know, like Cuban Links. You had Nas. It was written. You had the Infamous album. So you had different standards around you. So we knew we had to come with something that was gonna make sense and make an impact.
Right.
So our mentality was like, yo, we got. And again, and this is reverting back to correlating back to your question when you said you've asked dudes and they said, no, nobody influenced me. You see what I just said? I just said the Infamous album influenced us. I just said Cuban Links influenced us. You know what I'm saying? In a certain way. You understand? There's no in the world ain't nobody influence you unless you didn't make no impact.
Right. No, it's fact.
You can't make impact without being impacted by the impactful.
True. True. It's of course, man. I mean, yeah, I mean that's a very arrogant comment to even say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, again, especially in this shit, it's impossible for it to even be true. You know what I mean? But yeah, like it was a game changer, man. And as someone said, it was like for everybody that's been around that time, as far as the music that was coming out of Queens, even if you weren't from Queens, you felt like you were from fucking Queens.
Yeah, you had to feel like, a little bit, right?
You was there. Like, we were there. Like, I was in Connecticut up to fucking 95, but I was in Queens during that time.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So, and anytime I went to Queens, it felt different. Like, I was like, so, nah, man, it was a game changer, man. It's like, I think it's dope that's like that's a stamp on this culture and this shit. I mean, you made a lot of stamps, but like that shit was monumental, yo.
Appreciate you.
Monumental, you know. And so, yeah. Yo, so talk to me about this On the Child shit, man. I saw that and I was like,
oh man, On the Child
was good.
On the Child was like, we got to talk about maybe getting you up there sometime at some point. Right now, we're working back in to get with the episodes, get more constant episodes. We got Noriega supporting the show. We got Ice-T supporting the show. But you know, we want to grow the numbers organically. So we haven't really put promotional dollars behind it. A lot of people might say I'm crazy, but I kind of want to build it up organically and have it stand on its own legs without force feeding it to people. Like, being that I've done hip hop, I kind of see the benefit long term of raising something up organically. Right. You know, where the audience grows with you. That's what I want. And you know, win, lose, or draw, that's what I'm out for. The premise of the show is that the artist or executive producer, whatever, comes on the show and makes their favorite dish for the viewer, and we break it down and have real talk. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what you do. You know what I'm saying? We just have real talk. I'm natural when I do the show. Like I go in natural, and I be myself because I don't know how any other way to be. But that's basically On the Child, man.
Word. Yeah, I saw the one with Nems. That shit was hilarious.
Oh, I love him. Love him. Yo, he's a genius. Nems is a genius. Listen, everybody who came on the show, from Tretch to Lord Jamal to Roxanne Shante to Saigon, of course, my little brother Havoc, Nori, mad people came on the show. But Nems was the most hilarious because he's just an asshole.
Yeah, he's well, yeah, what the fuck? He had this shit where he was like, I don't know what he was doing. He was eating the shit like, it's like if it's old or something. The stale shit. This nigga was eating stale.
He said, I don't wear condoms. I go in everything raw. The devil made condoms. I'm like, yo, bro.
Yeah, but he's brilliant though. The whole shit's brilliant.
He's absolutely brilliant.
The whole shit is fucking.
Shout out to Nems. Peace to Nems, man. Peace to China Mac. Peace to everybody who came. Peace to Fatal, Lost Pro. Peace to everybody, Red Alert, Static. Peace to everybody who came on the show. Roy Flush. Yeah, we're going to keep going, man. Peace to my partner, Mr. Act, man. We're going to keep going. Hopefully one day we get you up there, man.
I'd love to. I'll be back up in Connecticut all the time seeing my grandson. So I can stop by. I'll make you a fucking... I mean, I'm vegetarian. I'll make you the illest cheesesteak ever, yo. You
can make a vegetarian cheesesteak? See, now I got to come check you. When you coming back to Connecticut?
In a video, and I'll get a video. I make vegan fried chicken. This shit is. You think you eating chicken, fam?
Stop playing, word?
Yeah, I got you. I'll send you the video when we get off. You can be like, yo, this is fucking chicken.
I gotta fuck with you then. I'll fuck around. You gotta teach me how to make that shit. I come back
every couple of months, man. So we'll catch. I always come back to see my grandson. So
seriously, yo, come to the crib in Queens, man.
We'll set it up, man. We'll definitely set it. We'll definitely set up. So yo, you got the most recent shit out. What's it? The Hidden Files, right? Is that the most recent thing you got going on right now?
That's the most recent thing. I'm about to drop the All Report 2 in 3 weeks.
Right.
I got Bloodsport on that. I got Havoc. I got Sheik Luch. I got Chico Son. And I got myself. That shit. I got some other ones that's supposed to come up in a week or so. I don't want to throw no names out there, but I got some surprises.
Okay, word. So I want to play this joint, man, because this joint really spoke to me off the Hidden Files joint. It's called Royalty. I got to turn the speaker back on.
Yeah, that's my man, Mr. Act.
This shit was. What'd you say?
That's what my man Mr. Act. That's actually my co-host on the Child.
Yeah, so that's the name something for you. I liked it. So this really spoke to me, man. So we're gonna play this joint. Tragedy Khadafi. Thanks everybody for fucking with us right now.
I love living. I think that's emphatic. It's something that you can't fake. You fall a victim, not living the my pretense. I'm royalty in the monuments. If you relate by looking inside of my life's window, you royalty in your monumental. You fall a victim, not living the my potential. I'm royalty in the monumental. If you relate to the same pain that I've been through, then you royalty and you monumental. You love company. I'm out of state, so further notice I'll come back when you out of the hate, which might be never, cause that's just out of your way. My mind's designed to create something that's truly great. Wait, success my destiny, choose my fate. Chicken wings, french fried rice, and plastic forks. Wasn't born with a silver spoon, I was born with loss. Me and my mother struggling, they showed us no remorse. Till the pavement embraced me, raised with a strong force. But in the process, lost my innocence, that's the cause. Heart scorn, mind torn, that's the shit I'm on. Inside every struggle, you can find a tragedy born. Born to be boss, born to be royal, my force real. Therefore, your energy can't penetrate my force field. I was just 10 when my pops went to a max prison. My mom's had an addiction, boosting the pay tuition. Picking me fall a victim, not living the my pretense.
Wow.
I'm royalty in the monument.
Word up.
That shit is heavy duty, yo. Like this, yo. My mom's like sold her pantyhose so I could like have a phone in my room and shit and
That's
just be
deep,
late
son.
to school. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You know what
real.
I mean? Like,
that's right.
She went without like.
That's
shit,
right. That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So
that's
that
right.
shit hit me right. Like,
that's right. That's right. That's right.
So
that's what we look. These are the pillars that we stand on, bro. So we royalty and we monumental. You don't
crazy.
do that. They don't do that for anybody, bro. They do that for us.
Facts, yo.
Feel
Facts.
me? That shit give me the chills right there, cause you know what I'm talking about.
No, it's heavy duty, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been through a lot. You know, this shit. You're like, yo, your pops. I mean, so I get it, yo. There's some parallels. So it was like that's why that shit was like, ugh.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much for coming on.
Yes, we got to get a part 2.
Yeah, we got to get a part 2. We definitely do. We're gonna link in the physical. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe with all this COVID shit and all this.
You too, my brother. And let me tell you something. Regardless of whether or not, even if I wasn't on the show, I really appreciate you because you carrying the culture and I'm feeding the culture, and we both keeping it going.
I appreciate you, man, and respect is mutual. I've been a fan since I first heard fucking Arrest the President. That was when I first heard you, and I've been hooked since. I've been through all the transitions, the ups, the downs. You know what I'm saying?
See.
So
now I'm a fan of you too. So we both want mutual.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I pumped.
Yo, listen.
Who else?
Listen.
Who else be pumping the hot day shit, man?
That's right.
That's right.
I see it. Listen, I see you know it. But guess what?
Hold on. We gotta put that shit on. We leaving with that shit.
Let's leave with that.
We leaving with that. They don't know. People like, yo, who that? I'm like, yo, who the fuck you think it is, man? Pay fucking attention, man.
That's right.
Yeah. Big up DJ Hot Day.
Yeah, big DJ Hot Day, man.
Yo, how old were you when you did the Super Kids right here?
Oh, man, it's probably like 12, 13.
Yo, here we go. Let me turn this other shit. I always had to fucking... Yo, thank you, everybody, for rocking with us. Real quick, before we play this joint, we got our homegirl, MJ Savino, publicist in this game on. We got Keith Murray coming up next week.
Oh, that's dope.
That should be an interesting one. And then we're in the studio with my homie Momo and Nate on. So we got a few things. Oh, we got Brother Jay on Wednesday. What the fuck am I talking about?
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, we got a monthly show with Brother Jay called Constant Elevation. So we're gonna be building. Actually, we're gonna be building on like what artists can do to make a difference without having to think they got to be on the front lines, like throwing Molotov cocktails and shit. Like, what can you do? You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Let's talk about it.
So here we go. Go Queensbridge. It's my shit.
Got a deep, high temple and tone. My character and reputation may not be known. Rhymes I construct art emerge much greater. I'm the prince of poetry and a rhyme narrator.
Wow.
These talents, my magical gift. The
The goal in my mind is frequently shift. I'm a door, not a simulator as a rhyme writer. Only look at as a poetry writer.
Goals in life as high as it can be. My comprehension reading level is 12.3.
Know what I'm
If you wanna
saying?
get ill, watch how it's done. We only had 12 battles and all we won. MC in the crowd, don't try to rip. If you get a cross path, I'll leave you stiff. You ignorant fool can never put me in fear. Cause I write like Mark Twain, recite for Shakespeare. A common MC from off the block. And every time I say a rhyme, all I hear is hip hop. The center of the streets is where your time is spent. You're mentally ill, mechanically incompetent.
Woo!
I'm a hate and I'm going for kill. But enough about that. Go Queensbridge, go Queensbridge, go Queensbridge, go Queensbridge, go Queensbridge.
Yo,
It was
yo,
a pleasure.
yo,
Yeah, we
yo.
took it
Much
back.
love, brother.
Thank
Much
you,
love,
man.
brother.
We'll get this up. We'll tag you in the shit when we get it up on the YouTube and all that.
Let's
Thanks
go.
everybody for rocking with us. And
Love it, love it.
that
Love
was
you,
fucking
brother.
dope.
Stay with me. Love you. I'm gonna stay with you.
Well worth the wait, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon.
Salute, King.
Be good.